Hey, welcome. It's a funny thing. Have you ever gotten some great financial news, like a pay raise, but instead of just feeling pure joy, you actually ended up feeling, well, a little stressed out? It's a strange feeling, but it happens to so many of us. And it really makes you wonder. You've worked hard for it, you've definitely earned it, so why would a bigger paycheck suddenly come with this bigger sense of anxiety? Logically, it just doesn't add up, but emotionally, for a lot of people, that feeling is very, very
So to
real.
really get to the bottom of this paradox, we're going to follow the story of a guy named Amit. His experience, I think, just perfectly captures this confusing mix of success and stress.
So just picture this. Amit gets a letter from his company. It's official. He's getting a raise. And this is that moment, the validation, the reward for all that hard work. That initial feeling is exactly what you'd expect. Just pure happiness and a real sense of accomplishment.
First rush of joy, it starts to change. As the days go by, this new feeling starts to creep in. It's like this background hum of pressure and confusion that slowly starts to replace all that excitement. So the good news has somehow created this brand new kind of tension. But why?
Well, for a lot of us, success can feel kind of abstract until we make it, concrete. We feel this need to translate a number on a payslip into something we can actually see and touch. And for Amit, this meant turning his raise into a really powerful symbol. And what was that symbol? A brand new, super stylish sports bike. Now, this isn't just about getting from point A to point B. Oh no, this bike represents his success. It's his trophy, a tangible piece of evidence that screams, "I've made it."
So the arrival of the bike is this huge moment, right? A real emotional peak. The way it's described, it's not just a delivery. It's like a slow-motion scene from a movie. You can just picture it. The sun glinting off the chrome, the sound of the engine firing up. This is the dream becoming reality. But as we all know, dreams often come with a price tag.
And that price tag brings us to the financial engine that made this whole dream possible in the first place, the monthly payment.
So the bike was purchased on an EMI, which stands for Equated Monthly Installment. It's a super common financial tool. All it means really is that it breaks down a huge cost into these smaller, fixed monthly payments. And what that does is it makes really expensive things feel, affordable. And this, right here, gets to the absolute core of the psychology of these payments. The perception is, it's just a small, totally manageable amount each month. But the reality is that it's a pretty significant long-term debt. So while that EMI lowered the barrier to owning the dream, it also introduced this new, recurring financial weight that's going to stick around for a long, long time.
But Amit's decision wasn't just about him and his dream bike. Nope. There was another equally powerful motivation at play here: his family. That bike wasn't just a personal trophy. It was also a very public statement,
Showing his success to his family, especially his father and their whole community back in the village, that was incredibly important. So the bike becomes a symbol not just of his success, but of his family's success. It's the proof that he's doing well out in the world.
Really highlights that whole social part of it, right? The bike's arrival in the village is a major event. You can just imagine the scene. His father, absolutely beaming with pride, showing it off to all the neighbors who've gathered around to look. Amit's personal purchase has now become a public celebration for the whole community. We have the joy of the raise, we have the thrill of the new bike, and we have the incredible pride of the family. On the surface, everything seems perfect. But this brings us right back to that initial confusion, that feeling of underlying tension.
This phrase just captures exactly what Amit is feeling. On the surface, there's this big celebratory vibe. Everybody's happy, but underneath it all, playing quietly in the background, there's a tense soundtrack, that constant low-level hum of the monthly EMI payment.
And this is where we finally solve the paradox. The happiness wasn't fake, not at all. The joy from the raise and his father's pride were absolutely 100% real. But the tension from the new debt was just as real. It's the fact that these two conflicting emotions are happening at the exact same time that creates that confusing, stressful feeling.
This all leaves us with a final, really important question to think about. Amit's story kind of forces us to ask ourselves, how do we define success? Is it about the things we can buy to show everyone we've made it? Or is it more about the financial freedom we have when we're not tied down by debt? It's definitely something to think about the next time some good financial news comes your way.